To operate Smart Notebook remotely from your iPad, you're going to need your iPad, your computer, and your smartboard. But eventually all you'll need is your iPad to navigate the Smart Notebook file that you created on your computer on your smartboard. Let's get started by installing the app that we need on your iPad. Go into Self-Service and you're going to search for Smart Notebook Web Player. Start getting that installed while we move on to the next step. Our next step is going to be to hop onto our computer and open up Smart Notebook. The first thing that we need to do within Smart Notebook is go to the Account tab up at the top. And if we are not already signed in, we need to sign in. That'll open up our web browser where we can just do a simple sign in with Google. And even if you haven't already done this step, it's really just as quick as that. You simply sign in with your school Google and now you are signed in and ready to rock. So our next step is going to be to open up the Smart Notebook file that we would like to use remotely. So I'll use this one as an example. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this Smart Notebook file with my smartboard. So I'm going to go File, Share, and then I'm going to select Share with a smartboard. At this point, it comes up with smartboards that I have already connected to. So these are smartboards that I've already shared with. So if this is something that I've done already and that I want to share it with the Howard School Smart 02, I would simply hit Share Now. If I need to add a new board or if I don't have any boards because this is my first time doing it, I'm instead going to come down to this Add Boards button and it's going to ask me to type in a 4-digit code. To get that code, I'm going to access the Player app on my smartboard. If you're not seeing the Player app as an option on your smartboard, you can go to your settings, select Launcher, and then make sure that Smart Notebook Player is checked. So I'm going to go to my Player app, and it tells me to select room M110 from the list. But again, my list is only showing me the list of boards that I've already connected to. So in order to connect myself, I'm going to have to hit this Get a Code to add it. And now here's my code for this board, A2JN. So I'll turn back to my computer and I'll type in that code that the board provided me. And I'll hit Connect. It'll tell me it's working on it. And now here it is, room M110, and I'll hit Share Now. I'll get a progress bar showing me the progress of moving the file. My bar is moving pretty quickly right now because I just have a small 4-slide Smart Notebook file. Many of your Smart Notebook files might be really, really large, so this process sometimes might take a while. And I'll hit my check mark. Now what I can see if I look at my board is it is available to access directly from the board, but more importantly to me, I can now access it from my Smart Notebook Player app on my iPad. So let's turn back to look now at my iPad. So when I first open the Smart Notebook Web Player app, it's going to walk me through some welcome screens. I'll hit Get Started. And then it's very important that I log in with the same account that I used to log in with on my computer. So I'm just going to use my work Google. Okay, so on this screen it will show me every slide, every Smart Notebook file that I have recently shared from my computer to the board. And if I want to show this one that I just shared, this Day 5 UD slide, I'll go up to the little icon in the upper right below my battery percentage, and I will tap it and say that I want to share this with room N110. Once I hit that play button, my slides are now up on the smartboard. I can see that I have like this blue rectangle on my screen. That indicates for me the perimeter of my smartboard. So right now on the smartboard, I can only see part of my slide. Okay. So this one I can see that I've designed my slide better and that it is within the border of my smartboard. So now my students can see all of my slide in front of them in the classroom. So I have some tools along the bottom. The first one is a pointer finger, and what that will do is it pulls a laser pointer up on the board. So right now on the smartboard, I am circling the word revision to draw my students' attention to that. The next tool is a handwriting tool. So I can make additional notes on this slide from my iPad for my kids to see. An eraser that, of course, erases, as we would expect an eraser to do. I can type on my iPad and have it appear up on the board for my kids. I can add a photo from my photo roll and add that up onto the board as well. I'll even be able to run some advanced content from the app. So here I have an embedded shouted out activity, and I can still hit the start button and get the activity started from my iPad. Here I've done an erase to reveal, and that will still work beautifully. So any content that you've added to your Smart Notebook, any interactive content you have added, you'll still be able to use. However, it is important to note that some content might not show up, particularly if that content involves anything that requires flash, like a timer. So as you can see, I do not have a timer on my screen right now. However, there was a timer on Smart Notebook. So you may lose some functionality when using the Smart Notebook Web Player app, but overall I think it will end up freeing you from your board and allowing you to move about your classroom with far greater ease than before.